What's up everyone, I'm Demon Cringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today I got some interesting news to say the least. It looks like Konami is supposedly soft rebooting Silent Hill. Yes everyone. Oh boy, just like the subtitle of the article says, please don't make pachinko games, because honestly, first off, what I'm gonna tell you right now is after the whole news about how terrible Konami really is, basically my expectation for this is like a pachinko PC edition, and until we see any actual stuff coming out of it, yeah, that won't change, to be totally honest. So with that being said, let's get into this crap. Oh boy. It says 2 new Silent Hill games are in the works, according to a new report from a reliable leaker via Eurogamer. Twitter user Aesthetic Gamer was the first to drop the new report. Aesthetic Gamer is known for reliably leaking previous Capcom titles, although Silent Hill is developed by published by Konami, and divulged some details about the supposed 2 new Silent Hill games. According to Aesthetic Gamer, one game will be a soft reboot of the franchise, and the other will be an episodic experience similar to Telltale Games or Until Dawn. Now, I gotta say this, folks, there are some games out there that really don't need to be episodic in any way, shape, or form, okay? Certain things, you know, like The Walking Dead and all that stuff, that works because it's based on a comic, and of course comics, you know, come out, one issue after another, so that's all well and good. But yeah, Silent Hill is definitely not made for that, and that really does not get my hopes up, to be totally honest. It also says, quote, in other news, while I'm dropping this stuff, and I think I can talk about this, I'll mention there's a couple of new Silent Hill games in the works. Aesthetic Gamer said, quote, Konami about 2 years ago reached out to various developers to pitch ideas for 2 Silent Hill games, one a soft reboot of the franchise, the other an episodic Telltale / Until Dawn style game to go alongside the reboot. I don't know anything more than that though, but I sure do hope Konami gives it the appropriate budget and found the right developer to make those games succeed. Well, we can only hope as well, but yeah, knowing how Konami runs internally, yeah, I really don't think that's gonna be the case. Aesthetic Gamer closed out their comments by saying they don't know anything more about the alleged Silent Hill games, just that they exist. They also said that they guess one or more of the games may be revealed this year. One leaker's information wouldn't be much to go on, but other signs point to the developments that bolster the case for a new Silent Hill game or 2 existing. Silent Hill 2's art director, Masahiro Ito, said he was working on a title as a core member. I hope the title won't be cancelled. Well, that's also another thing. Ever since we learned about how Konami really functions internally, pretty much can be spending like upwards to like years developing a project and all that, just to have the corporate overlords cancel the project and throw away all of the time, effort, and resources you've sunken into that. So it looks like every single day at Konami is pretty much a prayer to the gods, so that your project definitely goes through and all. Hopefully it won't be cancelled if it actually is a reality. Though Ito never confirmed as such, fans speculated that Ito's "I hope it won't be cancelled" comment would be a reference to Hideo Kojima's infamously cancelled Silent Hills game, which was preceded by the even more infamous PT playable teaser demo that spooked horror fans all the way back in 2014. For what it's worth, Konami has also been spotted refiling Silent Hill's trademarks that were about to expire. Horror media site Reliant Horror also said that its own independent source said that a new Silent Hill game was in development. And speaking of Kojima, the developer has seemingly waffled back and forth on whether or not he pursued a horror game after the cancellation of Silent Hills. Kojima posted a picture of his workspace saying he was working on the concept for his next game. That said, don't count on Kojima to work with Konami. After their very public breakup following the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, he also seems to have his hands full with plans to develop smaller games, manga, and anime. Well, to Kojima, I wish him the best of luck and all that, and yeah, it is pretty obvious that Kojima would never ever, even think of working with Konami again after how horribly they screwed him and of course other developers over as well. Konami has not commented on any of the reports as of yet, so take everything leaked thus far with a grain of salt. Well, that's usually par for the course when it comes to leaks and all that. Now we're actually going to take a look at some other stuff. We're going to take a look at the other article that also has its own independent source, and it says, we can also verify that we can't discuss any details. We've also heard from our own independent source that Silent Hill project is a development. These 2 sources, in our opinion, is the strongest evidence yet that Silent Hill may be back from the dead. Considering Konami's radio silence on the series outside of more slot machines, the news comes at a massive surprise to fans. We'll be waiting with bated breath for whatever announcement may be coming. If it is indeed to be revealed this year, as Aesthetic Gamer suggests, it would most likely be at E3 during the Sony State of Play. Given the timing, future titles would most likely release on the PS and Xbox SX. They need a console being the first to announce. The new Silent Hill easy game of show material would steal the spotlight from either console presentation. That's actually true. Like, Silent Hill is a huge audience grabber, but it's not just because it's a huge spectacle, it's also because it's a very, very well-made story. Now, over here we got the actual tweet from Aesthetic Gamer, which will of course be linked in the description, just like the 2 other articles. I'm not going to be reading it out because the articles already quoted the whole thing, but over here at the end they say, "I don't know much about the inner workings of Konami." Well, after the horrendous leaks about how bad it is over there, yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know about the inner workings of Konami and them shifting employees around, shifting like game developers to like pachinkos and all that. Now, this whole soft reboot of Silent Hill, I'm not really too hot on that, but if they actually like get a get a good developer and all that, they have the the brains behind Silent Hill 2, and hopefully they they learned a lesson and gave the developers full creative freedom. But sadly, because of the recent things that are coming out of Konami and all that, I'm really not all that hopeful, like I said. And I am definitely not in any way, shape, or form behind the whole like episodic Silent Hill game, because like I said before, Silent Hill would not work out in an episodic game setting and all that. It's not like The Walking Dead, it's not something that comes out episodically. It's supposed to be like a single, like a full-fledged story and all that stuff that you go through. And honestly, waiting possibly months on end for like a new episode to come out and all that, it really isn't all that exciting unless the game itself is based on something that also comes out in an episodic fashion, like, I don't know, a comic book maybe. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the whole thing. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm really not all that excited. And yeah, I'm really skeptical that this is gonna work out. But anyway, I may be wrong on it, who knows. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and hope that Konami doesn't screw everything in the ass. So yeah, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the bell icon, and if you wish to support me, follow me on page, your link is in the description below. And as always, I'm Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys else in the next video.